Hello all, welcome to Off the Wall Movie Reviews. I'm Aubrey, and today I'll be discussing brick and mortar movie stores. Just recently I went down to Atlanta, Georgia, and while I was there, I had the opportunity to visit this video store. While I was in there, it had a large selection of films. I really enjoyed walking through up and down the aisles, browsing their inventory. While looking about, I asked one of the store associates for a couple of titles, and while talking to him, he ran it by me that they were only available to rent. Turns out the store was only a rental spot. I was so looking forward to leaving the store with a few movies to bring home and add to the wall, but unfortunately I was let down. Now they did have a section that had movies for sale, but it was very limited. I couldn't quite find anything that I wanted to get. But the experience of going to the shop and browsing was enough for me. I had a good time. Now, it's experiences like that that I'll dearly miss. A lot of physical stores that hold movies are starting to go away. Now, I live in Baltimore, and in recent years, I've been seeing movie stores disappear, like your Blockbuster Videos, Movie Stop, Record and Tape Traders, CD Depot, just to name a few. Those were a few spots that I really enjoyed going to on my downtime, but now they're gone. A couple places that I do go to out of convenience in order to get a physical copy of a movie are your places like Target and Walmart. But even their selection has drastically changed. Just the other day I was in Target with a buddy of mine, and I was just telling him that the aisles have shortened tremendously. They had condensed the movie aisle down to one. That really limits the experience for me. The same thing can be said about the Walmart in my area. They have one aisle of movies, and then there's a section in that aisle that only offers digital codes. Now, I do understand the successful sales of digital media helps contribute to the fall of physical media. I even own digital media. The one device that I own that I tend to really lean towards digital media is my Nintendo Switch. A lot of games that I find appealing on the system are their indie titles, and a large amount of those are only available digitally. And I'll even admit, having those readily available on my system anywhere I go is pretty convenient. But that's not to say that I'm ready for an all-digital future. And in some instances, that's where it feels like we're heading. Then there's examples of family and friends who like to watch their media through Netflix and Hulu. They find it more convenient to scroll to an app and watch their movies directly off of a television versus having to go to a DVD, Blu-ray case, pull a disc out, and pop that into a separate media device or home theater system. I do get these point of views, but I have a passion for my physical media. I love the feeling of looking forward to going to a video store, looking up and down the aisles and browsing through their inventory, either finding hidden gems or titles I just didn't think of at the time. And then the excitement that I get bringing those movies home, sitting down, opening the packaging, and placing them on my shelf. It's like adding a trophy to the wall. I have a pretty extensive collection, and it continues to grow. I take pride in expanding my shelving space. Now, thankfully, I still have another option of purchasing my physical media, and that's shopping online. And that has its perks of being fun too, like creating a wish list and adding to it periodically. I mean, every other last purchase that I made for a movie was online shopping. But for me, that would never replicate going to an establishment and walking through an aisle, grabbing new pickups that way. There was always a thrill being in a store and grabbing a new movie and holding that item in your hand. The art of movie hunting is becoming more and more linear, and it really saddens me to see these stores that I grew up with go away. But just so long as I always have the option to purchase my media physically will always be enough for me. Now, to circle back around to what I was talking about at the beginning of this video, I just visited a video store in Atlanta, Georgia. I captured some footage while I was in the store, and I have some here to show you. I hope you enjoy this remaining content, and if so, click that like button and subscribe.
Hey y'all, so I'm in Atlanta and I just checked out the store Videodrome. Turns out it's a rental spot, but it was a nice find and I enjoyed their inventory. came through here to see if I could, pick up a new movie. Turns out it's a rental spot. So I'm just browsing their inventory and I'll come across some pretty cool titles. Like, for instance, I was looking on YouTube just the other day and I saw someone do an unboxing of Midsummer with the booklet. It's pretty cool. So it's nice to actually see that in person. Looking at all their other items and stuff. A lot of stuff, I've seen back in Maryland or I have on my shelf. And I have seen some hidden gems, things that I don't come across often. But again, it's for rent. Here's another. Watch this on, I think, Amazon Prime. Monos. Highly recommend. Another one I would like to eventually get. A Marriage Story. Criterion Corner. Funny enough, I have this on Blu-ray already, but every time I hear about it, it's a hard find, and that's Apocalypto. I think they went out of print for a while, but fortunately I already have a copy. Eventually, I'll be getting a copy of Portrait of a Lady on Fire. That's one that I have been looking forward to seeing. Well, no, I've seen it. I've been looking forward to adding that on the shelf. I'm looking at their anime section and it's pretty extensive too. Yeah. What are you looking at? Oh, that's cool. So my buddy just pointed out that they have a really good decor, very neat. Check this out, on the ceiling. So awesome. Insomnia was good. I enjoyed that. The City of the Lost Children. Excuse me. Ooh. Without a face. One movie that I've been wanting to see, and I think I actually added to my Amazon shopping list for later, is Eyes Without a Face, and it turns out they have that Criterion Corner. Yeah, they have some good stuff in here. Oh, Run Lola Run. A buddy of mine, he recommended the movie Run Lola Run to me. It's one of his favorites, and I picked that up a while back and I enjoyed it. Turns out they have a copy of that too. Very unique movie. I would recommend it. Fortunately, I have all these. I don't have this though. Oh, let's see though. So I'm always on the lookout for a new anime as well. I just discovered one that I don't own. Summer Days with Cub. Hopefully I'll be able to find that later on. Another one that I don't recognize. The Case of Hannah and Alice. G-Kids has a lot of films that I'm not really familiar with. I don't recognize any of these titles.